He's angry about mortgages. It's Angry Mortgage. He's swearing. He's cursing loud. He's old. He's opinionated. And he's been doing this so damn long. This program is about mortgages, and this is mortgage advice, but the advice may not apply to your situation. Contact licensed mortgage professionals for specific recommendations before you make decisions about mortgages. You may not agree with Ron, but if you don't, he thinks you're wrong. Oh, and did we say there is a lot of swearing?
The TD Bank was subject to a long-term, starting in 2016, money laundering investigation in their U.S. operations. And it's crystal clear because the TD CEO has published it. Said, yes, we've had failings. We did not do the right job in terms of anti-money laundering work. And we did it, we admit it, and we're going to fix it's getting fixed. And it won't happen again. But he takes responsibility.
That's good.
So there's a lot of talk. There's an actual possibility the fine could be $2 billion.
Jesus.
U.S. dollars, real money.
Oof.
Not Canadian peso, like real money.
Canadian peso.
Not Canadian peso, like real money. Okay. And say this quickly. I know a lot of TD people, TD bankers, hardworking, devoted.
It's great people.
Great people who've done nothing but good for us in our company, and have done nothing but good for Canadian consumers because for a couple of years they had the lowest interest rates in Canada. Period. Okay, and a lot of people took advantage of that, and it should be thanked. And this is none of those Canadian people's issues. This is about rogue actors in the United States, really on a branch level people who are doing nefarious things. Okay. By the way, this happens in every bank. It just the investigation went after TD and in the States, and that's what happened. And they admit it. Nobody's hiding it. But what I want to point out to other mortgage borrowers is, because this is an AML issue, anti-money laundering, it's overseas transfer of money, because all of this stuff involved overseas actors. Okay. Sometimes the money stayed in the U.S., but it was all overseas actors moving, and a lot of money did move out of the country and into the country. So if you've got a down payment on a mortgage, you're buying a house and you've got a down payment, and some of your money is coming from overseas, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be a walk in the park. Okay. Don't get me wrong. There's some European countries are classified as safe countries, but other countries are classified as high risk. And I'll just be straight up with you. If money is coming from the Gulf, coming from the Middle East, coming from Russia, okay, not really hardly ever happens. Coming from India, coming from China, there's going to be some scrutiny of that down payment transfer. Okay, and it's, by the way, 99.9% are all legit. All legit. Okay, let's face it. If you're somebody who's coming from India and you've lived here long enough now that you're putting down roots here and buying a home, and you sold a house in India, yeah, you got money coming. Or your parents are saying, well, you time for you to buy a house. So yes, here you go. Here's a gift from we live in India. The weather's better. So we're going to send it to you in Canada. God bless, you're our kids. Okay. But it's going to be looked at. Okay.
Isn't there already a system in place that views all foreign income?
Yes. There, every dollar that comes in from overseas from a bank on a bank-to-bank basis is it has to go through compliance. It has to go through AML review, and it has to go through compliance. You're absolutely right, Jan. That's the case.
So are they just adding more hoops?
Yes, they're adding more hoops because if you look at money laundering historically, the buying and selling of real estate is a great way to wash money because you buy a house, a bunch of cash comes together, you buy it. eventually you sell it. You might sell it very quickly. Like you might only sell it in less than a year. And when you get that check for the proceeds, that money is clean as the driven snow. Okay, that is clean money. Okay, so that's a system that gets used. Okay, so I'm not trying to alarm anyone. I'm just trying to say that for those of you who are listening who are in the mortgage business, I'm sure you've all gone through it. Not only is down payment very complicated today because people love to move money around. Nobody just keeps their money in the same bank with one savings account, one checking account. Like
that's boring.
That does not exist. So there's a tremendous amount of movement on down payment. And just for the people out there listening, we have to account for the movement of basically every sum of money over $5,000, sometimes as much as $2,500 is looked at. But certainly money that comes from overseas is going to be meticulously reviewed and understood where the source of that money is.
Well, it's important people keep their ducks in a row then.
It is. Now, it's amplified now. It's amplified because obviously our banking regulator, OSFI, they look at this and they say, well, there was the story too of the HSBC thing where they were doing deals and they're also using fake job letters from overseas and that happened. And RBC will clean that up. I guarantee you. Okay, that's not an issue. But the regulator just says, stop it. We got to look really closely. Other countries are kicking our asses on this and saying, well, you're a shit regulator. And that's sort of I don't think the U.S. regulator is using that term. Hey, you shitty regulator. I don't think that actually happened. But we're all human. People at OSFI are human. And they say, well, we got to bring an end to this shit. We got to step on it.
Yeah.
So, yes, folks, if you're bringing in a down payment from overseas, there's going to be some stuff. I mean, there's going to be a little extra vigilance. By the way, if you are only getting the mortgage from your own bank, you'll probably find much less because the record's right there.
Yeah,
okay?
It's easier.
But if you've been banking with bank A and you're getting a mortgage from bank B, there's going to be some more. There's going to be some more diligence about your down payment than there was in the past. Just put it out there.
If you like the pod, well, don't just sit there. Go to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and all the other ones and like the pod. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep being angry at mortgages and swearing about mortgages. Angry Mortgage could use your support.